Tom O'Meara, and I'm an animation director. I specialise in miniature worlds, but this is the most miniature world yet. Projects for the Transpennine route upgrade, which is a series of rail networks and stations and line upgrades, new trains, all in the north of England. What we're doing with this campaign is celebrating all of this new work that's being made on the rail upgrades, and we're also letting the public know when a line's going to be closed or when a new station's being worked on. It's all about juxtaposing real-world objects with miniature little models. Like we have like a big roll of plans that we have a little tiny workman looking at some plans inside, or we have like a big cone instead of one of the buildings. The final gag is a ruler being carried out as though it's a piece of construction equipment being carried by a crane. They're really sweet and really funny, and I think a big part of the success is the simplicity of the idea. It's like, let's take real-world objects and pop them in a miniature world, and that's really charming, it's really engaging, it communicates our message. If we don't have to overthink it, then people who are interacting with the campaign, they won't have to overthink it either. Stop motion's pretty small, but this project's gone a lot smaller. So normally, stop motion puppets are 1:6 scale, which is about this big. Last year I did a film that was at Doll's House scale, which was 1:12, so now we're talking about that big. I thought we'd never go any smaller than that, that's absolutely ridiculously small. And now we're working at 1:72 scale, where the people are about this big and are about the size of one of my fingernails, which is a real challenge for the animator. We have to embrace the limitations of the project, but that also helps us communicate the scale of the rail upgrades. Really embracing the honesty has been part of the success of the project, not kind of putting in a digital sky or manipulating the characters' faces and doing CGI work. What you see is what you get, and I think the audience can really tell that this has all existed somewhere in real life. I think what's really nice is that we've had multiple films for multiple formats. What the Partnership have done really well is that no one element of the campaign is less important than the other. So the social media assets are equally as important as the TVC, which is equally as important as the magazine spreads, which is just as important as a huge billboard on the front of a train station. And yeah, I think that's really brilliant, that kind of level of detail and not leaving anything behind. I've really enjoyed that.